Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash, the place where glossy brochures, dealership hype, and polished marketing campaigns all get stripped away so we can focus on what actually matters: how a car looks, feels, and performs when you see it in the real world. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe because every week we break down the latest models with real-world impressions so you can figure out whether that car you've been eyeing is actually worth your money. Today, we're looking at a familiar name that's been reimagined for 2026, the Ford EcoSport. This compact SUV has been part of Ford's global lineup for years, and while it hasn't always been the most exciting choice in its class, the 2026 model aims to change that with updated styling, new tech, and a fresh take on efficiency and performance. So let's dive in and see if Ford really managed to breathe new life into the EcoSport, or if it's still just another small crossover in a crowded market. Exterior. Starting with the exterior, the first thing that jumps out is that Ford has really pushed this little SUV into a more modern design language. At the front, you'll notice the grille is now wider and more sculpted, borrowing cues from the larger Ford Edge and even a touch of the Explorer. The headlights are slimmer and run sharper into the fenders, featuring full LED technology even on the lower trims, which wasn't the case before. The daytime running lights form a C-shaped signature that makes the EcoSport instantly recognizable at night, and the overall face feels more confident than the somewhat awkward, rounded look of the outgoing model. The bumper has been redesigned with a sportier profile, with more pronounced air intakes that don't just look good but also improve airflow around the vehicle. Overall, the front feels bold without being oversized, which fits perfectly for a small SUV meant to handle urban environments. Moving to the side profile, the EcoSport is still compact, but the proportions have been tightened. The roofline slopes slightly more than before, giving it a hint of coupe-like styling without sacrificing practicality. Ford has also increased the wheel options, ranging from 16-inch alloys on the base model up to a sleek 19-inch set on the sportier trims. A strong character line runs from the front fender all the way to the rear taillights, giving the vehicle a more planted and athletic look. Black cladding around the wheel arches and along the bottom of the doors emphasizes its crossover identity, while chrome touches on higher trims add a touch of premium feel. The door handles are now body-colored across the lineup, and you'll find optional two-tone roof choices for those who want to stand out. The stance is tighter, cleaner, and more in tune with what younger buyers expect from a compact SUV in 2026. At the back, Ford has completely reworked the design. Gone is the old, swing-out tailgate that so many buyers disliked. Instead, the 2026 EcoSport adopts a more traditional upward-opening hatch, which not only looks better but is far more practical in tight parking spots. The taillights are slimmer and stretch horizontally across the rear, connected by a gloss black trim piece with the Ford badge at the center. This horizontal layout makes the car appear wider and more stable. The rear bumper integrates reflectors and a faux skid plate design, adding a little rugged flair. A roof spoiler with integrated brake lights sits above the rear window, giving it a sportier finish. It's safe to say this rear design feels more in line with the competition and finally brings the EcoSport into modern territory. Interior. Stepping inside, the 2026 EcoSport has made big strides. The cabin no longer feels like a budget compromise. The first thing you notice is the new digital instrument cluster, available in either 8-inch or 12-inch configurations depending on the trim. The center of the dashboard houses Ford's latest Sync 5 infotainment system on a floating touchscreen that ranges from 10 inches up to a massive 13.2 inches on top trims. The system supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, plus over-the-air updates, which means the tech won't feel outdated a year after you buy it. Material quality has been improved to a soft touch. Surfaces now cover the dashboard and door panels, and you'll find nicer stitching details on the seats. Speaking of seats, Ford has reworked the cushioning to provide better support for long drives, while higher trims get leather upholstery with contrast stitching. Passenger space is surprisingly good for a compact SUV. The front row offers plenty of headroom and legroom, while the second row, though not class-leading, is comfortable enough for adults on shorter trips and perfectly fine for kids. The rear seats also fold flat to expand the cargo area, which is now more practical thanks to the switch to a top-hinge tailgate. Cargo volume has increased slightly, and the loading floor is lower, making it easier to slide in groceries or luggage. Tech options include a premium Bang & Olufsen sound system, a wireless charging pad, multiple USB-C ports, and ambient lighting to set the mood. Safety is also well covered, with Ford Co-Pilot 360 standard across the range, bringing in adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, lane keeping assist, and automatic emergency braking. Overall, the interior feels like Ford finally listened to what buyers wanted: a mix of comfort, technology, and practicality in a compact footprint. When it comes to performance, the EcoSport has received a complete refresh under the hood. Instead of relying on the aging 1.0-liter three-cylinder turbo or the 2.0-liter naturally aspirated engine, the 2026 model now comes with two new options. The base engine is a 1.5-liter turbocharged three-cylinder making around 150 horsepower, paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. This setup is aimed at efficiency but still provides enough punch for city driving and highway merges. For those wanting more power, there's an optional 2.0-liter turbo four-cylinder that puts out about 190 horsepower, giving the EcoSport a much more confident feel on open roads. Front-wheel drive is standard, while all-wheel drive is available on higher trims. Ford has tuned the suspension to strike a balance between comfort and handling, so while it won't be mistaken for a performance SUV, it feels more composed around corners and absorbs bumps better than the outgoing model. Fuel economy is also a highlight, with the smaller engine targeting around 33 miles per gallon combined, while the more powerful turbo still manages an impressive 29 miles per gallon. There are rumors that Ford may even bring a hybrid variant in the future, though nothing has been officially confirmed yet. Driving the EcoSport feels far more refined than before, with quieter cabin insulation, smoother gear shifts, and a tighter steering feel. This is no longer just a cheap runabout. It feels like a genuinely competitive compact SUV. Now let's talk about pricing, because this is always a big factor in this segment. Ford has positioned the 2026 EcoSport to remain competitive without undercutting itself. The base model starts around $24,000, which puts it in line with rivals like the Hyundai Venue and Kia Seltos. Mid-range trims hover around $27,000 to $30,000, offering more tech and all-wheel drive. Fully loaded models with the larger screen, premium audio, leather, and the more powerful engine can climb close to $34,000. While that may sound steep for an EcoSport, it's important to note that the added tech, better performance, and improved build quality finally justify the price tag. So, after spending time with the 2026 Ford EcoSport, the verdict is clear. Ford has taken a once-forgettable compact SUV and given it a modern makeover that makes it worth considering again. The exterior looks sharp and contemporary, the interior feels tech-savvy and comfortable, and the performance options finally give buyers real choice. Is it perfect? Not quite. Rear passenger space could be better, and some rivals still offer hybrid options that Ford doesn't have yet. But compared to the outgoing model, this is a massive leap forward. If you're in the market for a small crossover that blends practicality with fresh design and modern tech, the 2026 EcoSport is no longer the underdog, it's a contender. That wraps up this review on Car Flash. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments what you think about the new EcoSport. Would you consider it over the likes of the Hyundai Kona, Kia Seltos, or Toyota Corolla Cross? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.